Yo, what's going on, guys? Doug Censor Martin here. Hope you guys are having a great day. And it feels a little bit weird to be making a YouTube video because I've sacrificed so much in my life towards this goal that I've set out to be a Call of Duty, not only just a Call of Duty professional. I don't really do this every day to be a COD pro because I know I've been a COD pro before and I've won. It's only for one goal and one goal only. That's to win a world championship. I play Call of Duty every single day of my life. I've sacrificed so much in my life to win a world championship. And for the past year and a half, guys, I've been in the cycle in Call of Duty Challengers. So you have the main pro league with 12 teams, 48 players, super political league. It's not always about being the best. Sometimes you have to be really good and know somebody to get your call up or just be in a good circumstance to get your spot. And it's really about waiting to get your spot. And I've waited a year and a half. I haven't had any good results in the year and a half up until just about recently. We just got top 6 in Boston. We just got 4th in the last tournament. We just got top 16 in the one after that. We just lost to a great team. But that's besides the point, guys. The point of this video is really just to bring a little bit more awareness on what the hell is going on right now in Call of Duty, and just to give you guys a little bit more of an update. I'm sure if you guys haven't seen me on social media anywhere, if you guys just follow me on YouTube, you're like, Doug, you are so inconsistent on YouTube. Why don't you post as much as you used to? You used to post every single day. I used to really look forward to watching your videos. And I really appreciate all the love, guys. And I love making YouTube videos. Just my love to be a world champion in Call of Duty is the strongest thing that I've had in my life. And there's nothing that would change that passion and that desire and that pursuit of getting it, especially because I am this close to being there. And it's taken me 2 years of being not only humiliated, having bad results, just being memed all over the internet, just having people just dog on me everywhere that I go, just saying the nastiest things. I mean, anything that you can imagine, the fuck you dogs, you left a girl for Call of Duty, you're a loser, whatever. Like anything in terms of that, and then times 100, I've seen it a million times over. And if I'm able to make it through all of that and be this close to my dreams, it's just going to make it that much sweeter when I not only get my pro spot, but I also win my ring. And I hope that it could serve as an inspiration to others as well. And this video is really dedicated to everyone else who's just like me, that doesn't have the same level of notoriety that I've built throughout my career. And this video is really directed towards the Call of Duty League, guys, because we have this huge fundamental issue right now in the Call of Duty World League and the Challengers League in general, where the amount of players who are gatekept from having careers right now is so disgusting to me. And the amount of opportunities that these players have and the way that it all works out is also equally as disgusting to me. And a huge change needs to be made fast. So if you guys aren't familiar with why I'm making this video at all, if you don't follow Call of Duty esports at all, there's a unanimous agreement between all the players who play Call of Duty, all the coaches, all the analysts, even in the Pro League. I'm sure everyone unanimously agrees with this. So I don't know why there hasn't been a change yet, but the Call of Duty League decided to just announce 6 weeks before the World Championship their structure for the World Championship. And their structure is that only 8 teams, and so you have the Pro League with the World Championship with 8 teams. Then you have the Challenger Championship, which is what I'm referring to right now. And they said that only 8 teams are going to be allowed to go to this tournament. And the top 4 seeds internationally are going to automatically qualify for it. And then there's going to be 1 spot through North America, Latin America, Australia / Pacific, like China in that area, and then EU that are going to get a spot. So there's only going to be 2 North American teams competing at the Challenger Championship. If you guys look back at this Toronto tournament that just happened, we just placed 5th, and the top 8 teams were all North American teams. But 6 of the teams that are going to be going to the World Championship are not going to be North American teams. So just by that stat alone, mathematically speaking, guys, only 2 teams from North America, where the favorites are all in North America. There's probably 5, maybe 6 teams that could actually win. Only 2 will be allowed to participate in the tournament because they want to give everybody around the world a chance to participate in the tournament. So what I want to show you guys right here is this spreadsheet that we have made for the Challengers division, where essentially all the highest seeds and players and whoever the next up is in the Pro League that's going to be an MVP and a world champion one day is competing in here right now. And I'm one of these players. So this is me right here. I'm on the 7th place team in terms of points. If you guys want to rate these points, I think this whole system's a joke, to be honest, because I look at these points and I look at some of the players with points in this system. And by the way, guys, this is going to be a very brutally honest video coming from my heart. And I'm not going to hold back in this video, and I'm only getting started. I'm just going to give you guys my opinion. And if you don't agree with me, that's fine. But I look at these points and I have 15,700 points. I laugh at a lot of the players that have more points than me because I know they don't have what it takes to win and they're never going to be able to make it. I'm never going to say who they are personally, guys, but this whole system and the structure of this system, and you could see the results from the online competitions to the LAN competitions. you could really see who's who and who's not. And obviously there are some inconsistencies from certain tournaments, right? But you could really just tell who's a good player and who's not a good player. And the way that they've designed the whole system, it just benefits this really unhealthy ecosystem. And I'm sure every player who plays in Call of Duty Challengers will agree with me on this. You are so micromanaged in Call of Duty Challengers, and the smallest little things could end your entire career. You can never have a career as a professional player before you even begin. Like, you can't even get started sometimes because of the way that things work out. And then on the other side of it, there are some players who get amazing situations, amazing positions, who get a lot of these points, and then they go into these real tournaments and they get abysmal placings, and then people are like, were they cheating? Were they hacking? Is this guy really that good? Etc. It's just a really tough time to be a Call of Duty player, and that's why this video needs to be made. So if we look at these seeds, these are the North American teams here. The top 8 teams from Toronto were the number 1 team in North America, the number 2 team, the number 3 team. This number 4 team just formed, but none of these guys. This guy was actually, he got 3rd. Basically, all the top 8 seeds essentially were the top 8 teams in the final tournament in Toronto. Literally all of them, a combination of them. And then you look over at these other seeds as well. So this is the European Challengers League. The highest placing European Challenger team got was top 16. I believe it was the number 1 team or the number 2 team. Team War or Ultra Academy. I think they both got top 16 in the last tournament. And War actually got 2nd at the tournament before that. So that just really shows you how extremely competitive the Challenger division is. That the number 2 team, that was actually the number 1 team in Europe. We beat them last tournament. And we had a player on our team who didn't play Call of Duty for 5 weeks. And he used my 2nd backup controller, which he's never touched in his life, which is a really big deal for a player. He never used a PlayStation 5 controller in his life, and he used it without any practice, and we beat the team that just got 2nd at the Minnesota tournament. And we're the reason why they didn't get a good place in this tournament. They placed top 16 because we were able to take them out. And I think they're an amazing team. We took them last map, round 11, and that's just the way it goes sometimes. They got top 16. They easily could have made a run and maybe done something like we did. And that just shows you how competitive it is at the top. Really, these top 2 teams in Europe have been consistent the entire season, on LAN and online. The top 8 in North America have been very consistent online and online as well. And then you have the Australia region over here, which is the last region. And none of these guys have done anything. And I kind of feel bad because they play on a different side of the world. They use automatic tactical sprint in their practice, which is something that not a single player in any other region, including the Pro League, uses. So players are playing with a bunch of different rules, a bunch of different settings, and they have a bunch of different ways of playing the game. But this region I feel very bad for because they don't get to practice against the best players. Therefore, these guys are never going to be able to be the best. You might have some players in this division here who are really good and really talented. Like you have Pred in the Pro League right now who just won an MVP and won the last championship. He's from Australia. But he's the only person, right? Like, there's a couple of other players. You have, like, Luca. You have Shocks. You have Fida. You have Cruz from last year in Challenge. He had a pretty good season. There's a couple of guys in here who have done some things. But the way the Call of Duty League wants to structure the Challenger Championship, which literally dictates your career moving forward, there's players playing in the Call of Duty League right now who got noticed strictly because they were allowed to play in a 32-team World Championship tournament. I'll give you a few examples. Kleenex, Bance in Black Ops 3. These are just a few examples that come to my head of top tier players in the Call of Duty League who have placed championships, who have placed 2nd at World Championships, and they were able to get a chance and opportunity because tournaments allowed them to. And now, for some reason, the Call of Duty League is really gatekeeping the competition. They're not capitalizing on who's the best players, and they're also giving opportunities to teams and players who, quite frankly, just don't deserve them. No players in Australia deserve any of these spots over the Challenger Championship tournament, over any of the top 8 teams in North America at all. Their competition simply isn't as good, and the players aren't as good on a wide level. Now, I understand in the Call of Duty League, guys, it's very important to have diversity. It's very important to give everybody a chance, and I'm all for it. I think that players from Australia should 100% be able to go play at the World Championship and have a chance to show why they deserve their spot in the league. I also think the same about European Call of Duty and Latin America Call of Duty. Because I do think there's actually really good teams in Europe that could compete and win and be pros. And obviously in North America, we have like 8 teams, 5 powerhouse teams and challengers right now that could all be pros, that could all beat pro teams right now. And unfortunately, because the league wants to make the World Championship extremely exclusive, they're only allowing 8 teams to play in it. And 6 of the teams are going to be from the region that are not in the most competitive area in the game. North America is the most competitive region by far. And we're only going to have 2 teams representing our region for the World Championship. And I would actually bet my house that one of those two North American teams are going to win it, and they're going to win it easily. Like you guys could quote me on this. I would bet my house, I would bet my Range Rover, I would bet any materialistic thing of value that a North American team is going to win it. That's how confident I am. And that's no disrespect to other regions. It's just the way that it is. The league never really disclosed any of this information until recently, and that's why so many players and teams are upset, because you got to look at it like this in this perspective, guys. I sacrifice so much on social media in order to pursue my dream of being a Call of Duty professional player. And a lot of people are probably confused as to why I don't upload as consistently as I do. And it's because I'm sitting here playing Call of Duty for 10 hours a day, every day of my life, 6 days a week, minimum, sometimes 7. I mean, I was the #1 ranked player in the world last season. That took up so much time. I was going to Boston and playing at the Gillette Stadium where Tom Brady and the Patriots used to play, and I'm sitting there until 3 in the morning grinding rank play to stay #1. I'm sitting out there doing content with Boston. I'm sitting out there making sure that my team's set and we're ready to go. I'm going over VOD with the team. I'm practicing every single day. I'm busting my ass out here, man. I've worked as hard as I've ever worked in my life towards a goal, and after a year and a half of working my ass off towards this goal, I am so close. I'm this close to where I want to be and to get my pro spot and be able to compete and contend for a world championship and make content around it and do all these aspirations that I've been dreaming and killing to do. And the league just came out with this announcement about a week ago, which this should have been announced earlier in the season. I don't know why we're waiting until the very end of the season to announce it, but they just announced about a week ago that only 8 teams are going to be allowed to attend, and only 2 North American teams are going to be allowed to attend to this tournament. And we have all the best teams. There's literally teams and challengers right now that are top 8 seeds DMing me, asking me if I can help them get to the Boston tournament because their sponsor pulled out from their team because they heard about the champs format, and they heard that there's less than a 10% chance that this top 8 seed is going to be able to compete at the world championship, even though they should be there without even trying. They should be able to walk into this tournament and have a top seed at this tournament because of what they've done throughout the season and because of what they've done throughout their careers. And there's a very high chance that all of these players will not only not compete at Boston because their sponsor pulled out, but definitely not compete at the World Championship, because the league announced that the qualifier is going to be the top 8 seeds from their region, and those top 8 seeds are going to play in an 8-team tournament, and only the team that places first is going to be able to qualify. So they're having the same format for here in North America that they're having in Australia. The top 8 seeds in North America were all the top 8 teams at an international tournament where Australians, Latin Americans, Europeans, North Americans, they all competed at. Literally 1 through 8 at the tournament were all these North American top 8 seeds. Now, I'm going to be playing at Boston, and I truly believe that it's going to be easier for our team to win the Boston international event than it will be to win the qualifier to be able to compete at the World Championship. But in this qualifier, I'm actually going to have to play every single top team. I'm going to have to play against Assault, who's won a World Championship and an MVP. Dave Patty, who was in the league this year. I'm going to have to play against Brack, who just won the last major. Clayster, who has 3 world championships. Now, he can't guard me. I already beat him on LAN. I'll do it again. I'll do it online. Don't matter. Fellow, pro player, right? Exotic, been around for a long time. Royalty was in the league this year. DiamondCom was in the league last year. Pristini, world champion. Classic, multiple-time champion. Venom was in the league last year on 100 Thieves. Hollow, league on Optic, right? Shawnee, my teammate, he's been in the league. He was a starter. Ghosty and Volance, they're next up. Pander, Goddard's Pentagram, got second last year. I'm going to have to beat every single one of these teams with all these incredible accolades who have had these amazing Call of Duty careers. I'm going to have to win and beat all of them just to qualify for a tournament. And then I look at like APOC, right? Or even Latin America, which we'll get into in a second. One of these teams is going to have the equal chance that we have in North America, except they're going to be playing against players like Man of Chicken, Sonar Season, DX Light, Flux, The Plug, Slick, Imagine CJ. This quality of competition is simply not comparable to the quality of competition we have in North America. And if you guys are catching strays right now, I don't apologize to you, because this isn't about you guys. This is about the structure. I believe that all these teams should have an equal opportunity to compete at the World Championship, and there should be more teams in it. I don't mind any of these Australian teams going to the World Championship at all. And I feel very bad that because they live in Australia, they're not allowed to play against the best players in the world. And because of that, they're not allowed to be the best. But there are outliers, and that's why I do think that they all deserve their chance. Same with Europe. But, I mean, even when you look at these European teams and their results, really just these top 2 teams are the only ones who have done anything. You know, everyone else, I mean, this Rocker Academy team got top 24 back-to-back tournaments. But online, they win because they have a really good connection in Spain. And they have all these points from it, right? So it's like our team just outplaced this Rocker team at the last tournament with no practice, with a player who didn't play COD for 5 weeks, because our region is extremely competitive. We're great players, and we don't make excuses, and we just work. And we want to be the best that we can be, and we want to be pros, and we want to win a world championship, right? These guys right here are going to automatically qualify essentially for the World Championship strictly because they abuse online connection and they're able to get great results online from it. And I'm using them as an example because everyone in the league is talking about it. And it's just something that I just want to be blatantly honest about. I respect those players. I think that some of these guys are really good, like this Real guy. And I definitely think they have an opportunity and they deserve an opportunity to compete the World Championship too. But for them to auto-qualify when their actual placings in tournaments are top 24 is simply disgusting to me. And if any of those players are proud of that, then shame on them because they don't deserve it. And I think everyone agrees with me on that, to be honest with you. They don't deserve it based off of their tournament performances. But because of the structure of the league, they're automatically going to be able to get that opportunity to play in this select 8-team tournament where not the best teams are going to be there. This is a player who's actually representing Team War. His name is Denza. He got second at the tournament in Minnesota, international tournament. So obviously his team is great. And we just beat them at the last tournament, round 11. And he even said it's going to be a fake win if they do win the World Championship. Because, we like to banter with each other. Got a lot of respect for this team. And I just told him, I was like, dude, you don't really got to do much. I mean, you guys can kind of show up to a tournament and do your thing. Don't even have to place that good. Don't even have to beat any good teams. And you're going to auto-qualify because of your points, because of the structure of the system. And I just wanted to show this here because this is one of the guys who has an auto-qualified spot. And he's actually agreeing with the concept of this structure being horrible as well. And just to bring it back to me and my situation right now, guys, we're currently sitting as the 7th seed in North America, which is not too bad. Our placings are better than what our seed is, and our seed's not as good as it is because I was in the cycle for a lot of the year. And basically what I mean by the cycle is if you're on a team and your team's doing pretty good, but you get dropped for whatever the reason is, it's really hard to bounce back and get on another good team because if you don't have a lot of points, a lot of these teams aren't going to want to play with you because the points matter a lot in terms of your matchups and your head-to-heads because it's basically these tournaments every single weekend. And if you're playing in a bad team, you're going to be playing against a great team to get advanced into the tournament. And your team is probably not going to have much practice. You're probably not going to have the best players. And you're going to be going against a team that's actually a good team that could actually win a tournament. And you're most likely going to lose that series about 90 to 95% of the time. And that's the cycle that I've been involved in Challengers for a year and a half. And I've fought so hard and I never quit. And I never made excuses for any of it. And now I'm in the best situation I've ever been in my Challenger career. And it's very humbling for someone like me who has only seen wins and success at the highest level in professional Call of Duty to come into the B tier Challenger division and have to scrape and claw and fight and just be at the bottom of the barrel and bottom of the dumps and not uploading on social media and missing out on so many opportunities. Not once did I ever regret it. Not once did I ever, just want to quit and just give up. I always fought, and there was maybe one time in my life earlier this year where I was like, fuck it, I might actually just stop doing this. And I snapped out of it very quickly. And it was just a moment for myself. And I just feel so bad for so many players right now that are being gatekept. And for me, guys, I'm probably going to be okay. I play for Boston and I'm affiliated with the league in some way. And I'm playing really well and the team's doing great. And I'm not really too worried about qualifying. I'm not too worried about getting a good placing in Boston. I'm not too worried about beating all these teams. I'm more so worried about just the general ecosystem of Call of Duty in the league because I know, guys, personally, I've sacrificed so much and I've worked my freaking ass off to be able to prove to people that I should belong in the league and I should get my world championship because I know I deserve that. And I'm never going to stop working my ass off until I get that. And I'm going to make sure that I do it. And a lot of other guys feel the same way as me. And a lot of other guys are just as good, if not better than me. And none of these guys are ever going to get their chance. They're never going to be able to play in the Call of Duty League because of the way that the league is structuring these tournaments. It makes absolutely no sense. The only solution is to switch the format so that teams are able to play sub-tournaments in the main tournament to get slightly better placing in terms of their points. And my example of that is this guy named Prezi. I'll leave a link in the description below to his entire format. But essentially, if you lose in a round at top 16 and you want to get to that top 8 round and you lose to a team because they're a better team or whatever the case may be, you'll be placed in a different tournament where you could get all the way up until a top 10 placement and your tournament will end until you get to the top 10. So that essentially would mean instead of getting the same amount of points as any other team in the top 16, you're going to be able to have the opportunity to get maybe top 10 points or top 12 points, which would give you a better seed for the next tournament. And that's really what Challengers needs more than anything because the current format makes it so that if you don't have a good tournament in the beginning of the year, it's damn near impossible to come back and to do anything from it. And the example I'll give you guys in Cold War, guys, when I started my Challenger career, I was supposed to be the 4th seed in the first tournament. The Game Battles website simply didn't count my coach now in Boston, Zed's pro points. That was 60,000 points that we didn't get because Game Battles fucked up. And I gave them a week every day reminding them, hey, please add Zed's pro points to our team. Please transfer his pro points from the European region to the North American region. Please transfer the pro points. Yes, we're going to do it. Yes, it's going to happen on the day of the tournament. Never happened. It dropped us down 13 seeds. We got upsetted. And because we're top 32 at the first tournament, which is just stupid, we were having to play the best team very next week, the number 1 team, because of a random bracket. And we get top 32 again. Then the next week, I'm playing the number 1 team again. Now it's 3 weeks in a row you get top 32 because you don't even get a chance to really start your tournament because you're only playing a one and done best of 5 versus the best team. And this is the cycle that I'm trying to refer to, guys, that happens to so many talented players in the game. And it happened to me for a very long time. And I fought so hard to get out of it. And I never want to be in it again, to be honest with you guys. If I'm playing Call of Duty Challengers, never want to be involved in the cycle ever again in my life. And I'm happy I've gotten past it. And it took a year and a half of consistency, of working my ass off every single day to get out of it. And now I'm really close to getting that spot. But a lot of other guys don't have the time to be able to do that. You know, I've been able to set myself up where I could sit here and play COD as long as I really want to because it's what I love to do. And I don't have to worry about anything else really for the most part. I'm very lucky and I'm very fortunate. A lot of these guys don't have any money. A lot of these guys have nothing. A lot of these guys are sacrificing their collegiate years, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, not getting their degrees, trying to pursue this dream to be a professional Call of Duty player, to get these 6-figure contracts, $200,000, $400,000, $500,000 contracts, win a world championship, make $1 million a year annually. That's the dream that's being sold to these players. And the Call of Duty League emphasized so much about highlighting these players that are next up and having this healthy challengers ecosystem, which are quite frankly a bunch of things I didn't give a shit about until I went into challengers. And now that I've been down here for a year and a half, I realized not only how political it is, how broken it is, and how bad it is for your mental health. I feel so bad for every single player that's competing in this Call of Duty Challengers division. And I really hope that Daniel, that Spencer, that the top guys in the league could not only make a community update video explaining their justification for this format. There's just no reason why only 2 teams from North America should be competing at this tournament. There's no reason why spots around other regions should be equally as valued as spots in North America. We definitely need to have more spots in general for the tournament, and we sure as hell need more spots in North America Challengers. As a guy who's been playing Call of Duty since 2007, and I've been a professional Call of Duty player since 2010, and being around the Call of Duty scene for 15 years now, I can honestly say it's never been worse, and we have no one to blame other than the people at the top of the league for making this format and these decisions. And ever since the franchise league has come in, a lot of these decisions at the top have been questionable, and this is by far taking the cake. There's nothing worse than this, to be honest with you. You're gatekeeping a bunch of talented teams and players from playing and having an opportunity to get a 6-figure contract because there's players in other regions who just simply don't belong that are going to be getting those spots over us. You're making us have these feelings towards these other players that we shouldn't even be having. I don't think that any of these players in Australia, Europe, Latin America should be catching any of these strays, but they are because of this format. And there's no one for us to blame other than the Call of Duty League. And hopefully they could fix it, man, because although Call of Duty's in the dumps right now and Call of Duty Vanguard is like the least selling Call of Duty of all time and the viewership for Call of Duty isn't as good as it is, I still will always believe in Call of Duty no matter what. My goal is to take Call of Duty esports and blow it up to another level, similar to how Ninja was with casual gaming in Fortnite. That's how I want to be with competitive gaming and actual real tournaments, not these fake Warzone tournaments and these fake Fortnite tournaments where it's some battle royale, just bullshit. I want actual real esports to be highlighted and actual real talent to be highlighted. And I want to be at the forefront of that. And Call of Duty is the game that I love so much. And it's just super disappointing to see the way that things have been ran. So I really hope that the league can make an update video and not only change things, but if they can't change things, at least tell us why. Because they originally wanted to fund the 8 teams playing at Challenger Champs for some reason, which is just strange. Like, you don't have to fund these teams, dude. Just allow these teams to go. I mean, there's sponsors pulling out as we speak. There are top 8 seeds in North America DMing me, asking me for help, trying to help me get them to these tournaments because all their sponsors are leaving. Nobody wants to support this because of the league. I know for a fact that we're not happy about this format. Boston in general, we're not happy with this format at all. I think this format is ridiculous. I also know that every player unanimously signed the petition that Challenger Champs needs a format change and we need more teams to be playing at it. There's not a single coach, analyst, player team or fan who agrees with this format, yet the league has been silent, and the only thing they're discussing is potentially changing the qualifier and allowing more teams to play in the qualifier. But ultimately, it doesn't matter if more teams play in the qualifier, because all you're essentially doing is allowing lower seeded teams who most likely have a hacker playing on them to cheat and hack their way to beat some of these top teams in these qualifiers that also don't deserve to be here either. The best thing that the league can do is just simply make Challenger Championship 32 teams, let them all battle it out. Have them play pool play. If you can't have them play pool play for whatever God reason, I don't know why there's no pool play, then just do a 32-team double elimination bracket. It's the best thing you can do at that point. But everything has just went so far backwards in the league, and it's just really disheartening to see as a long-term player. And for someone like me who's worked so hard to get my pro spot back, and I know for a fact I can win at the highest level, and just see the amount of people just talking shit on my name and people who just doubt me, it's fine. But yeah, it's just really, really tough, man. It's just really, really tough. And I know that I'm built for this, and I'll be able to persevere and get through it. And there's nothing that's going to stop me from my goal, including a format that makes it damn near impossible for us to have that goal. But I'm still going to fight for my goal. And I just know that there's dozens of players out there. And that's a lot when you think about it. When there's only 48 spots in the league, there are dozens of players out there who will never be able to touch the league because of what this announcement was and how it trickled down and affected our ecosystem. Sponsors are pulling out. Orgs aren't funding teams anymore. Players are losing hope. They're losing passion. That's the last thing you need for your next up division. I mean, you have the G League in basketball. These guys are getting paid and contracted and salaried. You have AAA in baseball. You have XFL for football. Call of Duty Challengers is one of the biggest jokes I've ever had to be associated with in my life. And I hope that the league can change this. And I have plenty of solutions that I will be personally emailing to the league to do their job for them, quite essentially. I don't know if this is a money thing. I don't know if this is a logistics thing. Either way, it's wrong and it needs to be fixed. So that's where I'm going to end this video today, guys. I know I haven't uploaded as much, but clearly you could tell why I haven't uploaded as much. I mean, I'm putting my life on the line to get my pro spot, man. Like, there's nothing that's going to stop me from being a pro Call of Duty player. There's nothing that's going to stop me from winning my world championship. No format, no player, no opinion, no outside noise. Nothing will change what I'm going to do, and nothing's going to change the work ethic that I'm going to put in. And this video is mostly about the general Call of Duty League and the structure and the system and the format. Things need to be changed. They need to look back at history and see what worked and emulate a lot of those things, because whoever is making these decisions, I don't know if it's Spencer, I don't know if it's Daniel, I know it's a combination of people at the top. Those are the only two that I know, so I don't want to put it all on them. But you got to get your act together, man. You seriously got to get your act together. It's like you're trying to make the Call of Duty League, the Challenger system, these livelihoods of these people, the mental health of these people, just all funnel downhill and just plunder into the abyss. Like, thank God I'm mentally strong. I mean, this is the hardest thing I've ever done in my life, to be honest with you guys. It was easier to grow a YouTube channel. It was easier to beat Optic in 2 best of 5s. It was easier to win a national championship. It was easier to work out, to get anything that I've ever accomplished in my life was easier than this Call of Duty Challenger ecosystem division, proving yourself as a pro player. It's a joke, honestly. If you guys don't follow Call of Duty esports, or if you don't really know too much about it, I hope this video could really bring you guys back into it a little bit and have you guys have a little bit more of an understanding of what's really going on, because the way the league works and the way that things are, people are just very confused on formats and structures and players, and oh, this guy must suck because this happened to him, and this player sucks because that happened to him. It's like, believe it or not, man, that's not really the case at all. It's just the format really just makes these players look bad all the time, to be honest with you. Like, nobody wins with this format. Nobody. No one at all is going to be a winner from this. Like, even the teams that are winning, like the guys that are at the top, the guys that are auto-qualifying for this tournament, even know that this is going to be a fake tournament if they win it. Heck, if our team wins it, which we have a chance to, I will literally say right after we win it that this was a joke. And I do not feel like I earned this win because I didn't have to play the best teams in the world at this tournament. It's about showing the best talent that isn't in the Call of Duty League that deserves to be in the Call of Duty League. They are not doing that with this tournament. That's simply put. So hopefully they could change that and fix it. I want to give them a chance to fix it. They have time to fix it. If they just announced the format for the Challenger Championship a week ago, they sure as hell could change the format for the championship. There's over 2,000 signatures, all unanimous, of everyone associated in Call of Duty Challenger signed it. The league knows about this. They have time to change this, and I hope that they do. And if they don't, there's nothing I can do other than play and just be the best that I can be, and hopefully our team can win it all. But it's just a joke how it's ran, and I'm just extremely disappointed in the league. And hopefully they get their act together. And if they don't, I don't know what to say. I'm just really at a loss of words at this point. But hope you guys all have an opinion on this. I'd really love to hear what everyone has to say in the comments down below. Please leave a like on the video as well, guys. Catch my live stream, guys. I'll be streaming scrims this entire week. We got like 10 days before Boston. I hope I see you guys in Boston if you guys are going to be there. I'm really excited to be competing in Boston. And thank you guys so much for watching. I know it's been a long time. I know this video is super long. So if you guys made it to the end, please comment down below that you made it to the end. And yeah, it's been your boy, Doug Censor Martin. And I'm out, guys. Peace.